Hi, my name is Barbara Suggs, and I've been a member of Ventura First Assembly now for almost 40 years. I first came here at the invitation of Pastor Gary Archer, who contacted me one day and let me know that God had put it on his heart to invite me to come and work with him in children's ministry. We had worked together in another church previously, and he knew of my family situation, that I was going through a separation that ultimately resulted in a divorce. And he just felt that it was time for me to respond to this call. So I told him I'd come up and check it out. In one day, God provided a place for me to live, a real estate office for me to work in, since the church couldn't pay me yet. And also, I felt the loving acceptance of the congregation as I attended the Wednesday night service, and they prayed for me following the service, and I just felt that this was what God had planned for my next step. So I brought my family and came. The acceptance that I received here was something that I will never forget, and that has really helped me through some difficult times, even as the church grew and my role in the church got bigger. And there were times when I felt like I was a total failure as a mom and even as a church leader when things got too much for me. But the acceptance that I received kept me coming and kept me going. And ultimately, I developed the Christian education program for all ages of the church, and the church grew beautifully during that time. Finally, I was able to complete my studies at Vanguard University for my graduate degree, and had an opportunity to go to Colombia as a missionary, which was a long-time dream of mine. And this church continued to support me and encourage me by not only their prayers, but their financial support while my time of service in Colombia for 15 years was fulfilled. In 2003, when I came home from there, I discovered some distressing things had happened in my absence. A lot of changes in leadership had taken place, and when that happens, sometimes there's fallout from that, and many people had left the church, others had come, and I began to become aware of some hurts, some divisions, some problems. And that leads me to the second ingredient that I want to talk about, which is forgiveness. Because without forgiveness, we cannot function as a family, either as a human family or as a church family. And so I feel that this is one of the areas that we have the most work to do in as church members, is to remember to love one another and forgive one another.